자, 녹화 다시 시작하고요. 이어하기. 아, 어저께 멘붕이 와가지고 자버렸네. 대충 어느 정도 공략을 살짝 보고 왔거든요. 잠시만요. 이게 인터페이스가 익숙하지 않으니까. 오케이. 다시 경찰국으로 갑시다. 여기로 가서 자, 여기서 이제 아이템을 꺼내고 잠깐만, 증거품으로 먼저 간 다음에
These are the suspect's belongings. To my friend, Dawson.
친구이자
I've seen this name.
오케이. 신문하라. 넬리건을 조사하면 되죠. 그래서 이거를 들고 신문 버튼이 오케이. 금반지 뭔데?
Seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
해답을 선택하라고?
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
가지고 있었다. 그러면은 반지의 각인.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner. So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
반지가 네 거라고? 증거를 훑어보기. 1883년이란 각인이 새겨진 순금 반지다. 아버지 외투, 피해자 양력, 담배 주머니. 수첩. 불에 그슬려져 PC라는 각인이 새겼다. 담배 주머니. 해답을 선택하라. 이거 아니야?
So, Mr. Who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
반지의 가게, 피자 양력. 이것도 아니야? 아씨, 뭐야.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
반지의 각인. 아, 이것도 아니야? 아, 뭔.
So, Mr. Nelligan,
The ring is mine.
아버지의 외투.
no, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
어떻게
The
알았지?
jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father.
부친의 유품이라.
With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
What am I...
그 다음 내가 해야 될 일이 존 넬리건은 도둑일 리가 없습니다. 집으로 한번 가죠.
Good gracious.
This
오케이. 신문. 최초의 전철 운행.
that is not the one I
파산.
that is not the one I need.
알 도슨의 친구이자 동료 1883년 신문? 넬리건 파산하다. 두 번째로 큰 파산 절차. 시주와 넬리건의 행방불명 상태다. 도망 중인가 보다.
Here it is. Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. My archive.
오케이. 다시 경찰국으로 가보자. 와, 이렇게 이동할 때마다 이렇게 기다려야 돼?
have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes, Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection.
조슈아 넬리건과 피터 캐리가 노르웨이에서 마주쳤더라. 향의 일지를 조사하라. 향의 일지가 거기 그 살인 현장에 있었죠. 여기 아닌가? 집으로 가야 되나? 셜록홈즈 개 꼴초네. 뒤지겠다 뒤지겠어.
My archive. I can always consult with it if...
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
A map of London and the surrounding...
향의 일지를 검색하라고 했는데 향의 일지에서 아까 향의 일지가 여기 있었던 것 같은데 아닌가? 향의 일지
Old navigate.
아 여기 있네.
Is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn.
피터 캐리가 선장이었군.
This is the crew list of this is log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Log notes for August.
8월에
These pages
8월
have
20일.
been torn away. Log notes for August. This is log notes for August. This log notes for August.
바다 유니콘의 선원을 찾으라? 바다 유니콘의 선원을 찾으라. 바다 유니콘의 이거 어떻게 찾지? 또 어딘가로 가야 되는 건가? 위긴스에게 맡겨라. 오케이. 베이커가 근처에 있다. 오케이.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they're still working in the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call it
전문가를 부른다.
My baby.
the Secret Police Division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him. What?
He's right across the street. You can...
왜 이거 망원경은 저 여자만 비추는 걸까?
Great.
그 다음 가야 될 곳이
This is where I keep my... A map of London and the surrounding... Watson, I need Wiggins.
He's right across the street. You can give him a sign from the window.
창가에서 불러보게나. 아, 여기 있다.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
존나 개 거지같이 생겼다.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, as his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just gotta look with a rum and the red lights on.
술집과 홍등가를 뒤지면 돼요. 어린애가 할 말은 아닌 것 같은데.
Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
경관 만나러 가죠. 영감?
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
용의자가 나타났다고?
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well,
용의자라고
what I
하면은
left at Woodman's
목격
Leap noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
용의가 있는 사람이겠지.
Do you have him here?
Yes, he refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
허틀리의 소지품이고.
These are the suspect's belongings.
용의자가 허틀리죠. 리암 허틀리. 편지.
The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals. A pen. A pen.
A pen.
Liam
이거
Hurtley's
장갑.
old boots. They're a size 9.5. These are the
이렇게 신문하러 갑시다. 여기 없니?
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely. And considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect.
중립적인 사람에게 털어놓는 게 편이
I
낫다고.
know.
과연
Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell
Hurtley.
you. But you're not
Hurtley.
getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
왜 말을 숨기려고 하지? 좀 잘좀 생겼는데. 어허. 흉터가? 뭐이지? 새겨진 손수 뿔박새. 선원일 가능성이 있겠죠? 그리고 그냥 거지 같은 옷, 신발, 풀립 조각. 손이 정원사의 손. 정원사의 손?
That's all for now.
뭔가 연관이 있어 보인다.
I'm not saying another word.
What am I doing?
아니 처음 인터페이스가 친절하게 안 알려줘서. 분석 시작하기. 뭐 어떻게 분석을 시작하라는 거죠? 뭐 어떻게 분석을 시작하라는 거지? 국장?
How is the investigation go?
네가 할 말은 이것뿐이냐? 경감이구나.
These are the suspect. I wonder.
왠지 이거랑 연관이 있겠지? 다 CP. (8532) 8532 CPR.
Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
채권이구나. 사라진 채권. 정원산 없다. 침입자가 있었다. 수첩을 회수하러 왔다. 채권을 찾고 있었다. 수첩을 회수하러 왔다. 채권을 회수하러 왔다. 피웅덩이에서 수첩을 건져내기 위함이었다. 분명 침입자에게도 혐의점이 있을 것이다. 넬리건은 피터 캐리의 오두막에서 남겨진 아버지가 남긴 채권을 찾고 있었다. 사건 현장에 나타났다. 채권을 회수하러 왔다. 수첩을 회수하러 왔다. 채권을 회수하러 오겠지? 다시 한번 신문하러 갑시다.
I'm not saying.
Please tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside Peter Carey's cabin?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
그것은 채권이겠지?
I assume you had another purpose, to retrieve the bond certificates. Am I correct?
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. You can imagine my amazement. I spent months trying to find them, and at last I discovered that the original seller had been Captain Peter Carey. These papers, they belonged to my family, but I could not find them there.
못 찾았다고?
That's all for now. Well,